Hello and welcome to episode 8 of our Timberborn 1.0 experimental playthrough with the Iron Teeth faction on the Ant Farm map, Cycle 8, Day 9. Got a little bit less than 15 days in this bad tide we just started in the last episode. So before things get too crazy, let's hit pause, take stock of where we are, and lay out the plan for today, because we've got a lot of good suggestions from you guys. And I think we're about to be in a spot where it's going to be possible to do some pretty cool stuff. So we have our diversion here. That was one of the major triumphs of the past few episodes. Although it is still going to poison a lot of this area, it's not the end of the world. The biggest concern I have relating to this is how much land is poisoned at the bottom. And it looks like it hasn't really changed or decreased that much. At the very least, though, this is no longer poisoned itself, so these trees are going to die because the land is poisoned, but the water isn't. So when these trees die, we can harvest the wood, and if these trees survive, we might actually stand a chance of having just a little bit more food security. I think we're going to see a few more tiles continue to be contaminated just because, well, that's how that works. But I think it's probably going to be worth very soon trying to put in a big reservoir. We can put levees down here, all the way across, and pick some point right about here-ish to put a wall. And then turn as much of this into a big reservoir as we possibly can. So, because this is still contaminated, we can't really grow anything here, or we can't plan on growing anything here long term. But if the ground's contaminated, the water that's on top of it isn't going to be. So that seems like that's the best option for us. Outside of that, we do have all of this area over here that a few of you have been very adamant about me needing to do something with. And we're going to try. We're going to do our best. We've got a lot of land here that's currently contaminated, but doesn't necessarily have to be, depending on how we want to play our cards here. We could, without too much weeping or gnashing of teeth, put in another fluid dump in this general area. And if we did it correctly, we have all of this right here that goes straight down and reaches about to right here. If we were to put in some sort of a irrigation pond, probably honestly just square this off, and it'll be 8 instead of 9 tiles, so it's going to evaporate just a little bit faster. But if we irrigate this, there's a decent chance that we'll be able to get a lot more land growable down here. It's not going to push contamination back unless we do something else about up here. But we got options. We have the ability to work this to our advantage. And I know we've got this area over here that we should dam up so all of this bad water comes through this wheel. A whole bunch of you suggested that. But we will, of course, get to that in due time. If we do block this off, and we don't have any more bad water coming down this way, then what that's going to do is make it so that all of it just comes off the edge here, which means this is not going to be polluted, which opens up this area to be growable, and it really wouldn't be that hard to do it. If we have all of this spilling off the edge here, and I manage to put in a levee probably right in this tile, it shouldn't have any bad water coming in here, which means this is also not going to be polluted, and the only pollution that's going to happen pretty much down here. Of course, the end goal is to just have this go straight off the map, or to disable this entirely, but I think the way this is going, and all the power needs we're going to have, it's going to make a whole lot more sense for us to just have this constantly spewing the bad water through water wheels, so we can harness all of that, and of course blocking this off is going to give us tons and tons and tons of power. So where does that leave us right now? Well, we got 14 and a half days, we got 164 food, we have 844 water. We have 17 beavers. So those numbers aren't, they're not great, food especially, but we do have a pretty steady income of cassavas being fermented. And if we are able to move this fermenter up here, which I think is probably going to be one of the more important things we can do, let's put this right here. In fact, we have enough stored up here. I believe it's going to be to our advantage to go ahead and get rid of that. And then pause this, because that's going to allow us to get beavers in other jobs and build other things that are going to be super helpful. We have 390 science, and I did see some people saying, hey, you should have a scavenger flag so you can start getting Scrap metal so you can make all of your other stuff that requires metal. And, yeah, well, you know, we're really not that far off from a science perspective. But keep in mind, you got to have gears, you got to have planks. We have to be making a lot more power for that to be viable. So, knowing what we know now, I'm going to move this. That's going to eliminate the requirement for this job and make it possible, except for the cases of a drought, to have cassavas fermenting at all times. And I've got my regular cassava there. I've got my fermented cassava there. So it just makes sense to have this up here. Of course, we're still working on the medium tank. Need a whole bunch of gears, and this is currently turned on to turn planks into gears. And we have enough planks right now. It looks like we've got 14 in here, and we've got 2 in here. We should have plenty to get this going. And then have a medium tank finally after a very, very, very long time of needing one. Now, we also are going to want to keep this filled up as much as we can. As evaporation does increase, according to you guys in the comments, when you get down to about halfway up here. So we'll keep tabs on that. Major, major, major victory here is that all of these birch trees seem to have survived, with the exception of a few over here. So since I've closed this job, that opens up a forester job here, and this guy right here is going to be able to take down these birch trees, plant some more birch trees, so on and so forth. What I'm going to do up here is start slowly replacing these pine trees with oaks. And depending on how these fare in the next little bit, might start doing that. But as our supply of wood is maturing, we probably should start making, not entirely all at once, but start making a move toward that being a viable thing. So, we gotta unpause 7 minutes into the video and let these guys go to work. Do what they've got to do. I've still got 2 extra beavers. So we should, probably for right now, not necessarily worry about the fluid dump, but we probably are going to want to do that soon. I want to make sure we don't run out of water if we don't have to. But we're going to be in trouble with some other stuff. I don't think there's anything else coming out of here. Yeah, those aren't working. So let's pause all that. Looks like these are dead. They are cuttable. And I do have a lumberjack flag here that is going to be able to do this for us. So we'll go ahead and get that going. As these continue dying, I will have them removed. And we'll just keep on keeping on as best as we can. Obviously, we'd like to keep as many of these as we can, but it's not always possible. Sometimes you just have to do what you have to do. And then these are going to die at some point. Yeah, they're about to get poisoned. That's fine. But things are going well enough now where I think we can finally start to make some real progress on the nagging issues that some of you are very, very eager for us to fix. Take a drink of water real quick. Water is good for you. Alright, so now we're on day 10. We got 14 days left. Water is actually not going down as fast as I thought it would, so we might be okay. Coming up here and just irrigating this a little bit. It doesn't take a ton to keep this filled up, as we discussed and learned last time. But it is worth coming in here and doing as much as we can when we can, so things are not quite so terrible. We're working on it. Working on it. Just let these guys do their thing. I've got cassava fermenting happening here. I've got now 6 out of 20 gears. Yeah, I need to keep this going, and obviously 62 HP is not going to cut the mustard. But we're not too far away from having this be a whole lot more. So unfortunately, the only way to really get over there is to take this wheel out, or to research a suspension bridge for 400 science that I really would rather not do. That could allow me to get over to that other side. I think once we have the medium tank all good to go, and we can start transferring some water into there, it's going to be worth taking this water wheel out so we can get over to this side, because there's no other way to really go up here. And we'll take this out. We'll start putting some levees, or I don't think we're going to need to have a dam, because this edge math isn't really an issue anymore. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So that's at 36%. That's also at 36%. I probably can get away with keeping this paused for a little bit of time. I just don't want to run out of beaver labor if I don't have to. Alright, so I'm going to unplant all of these pines so that I remember to replace them with oaks. I'm not going to worry about these quite yet, because I may need to have a path going through here at some point. But we're going to do what we can do. I think I can get away with pausing this because all the planting is done that can really be done. Only 8 out of 20 gears. Okay, I underestimated how long that was going to take, but that's fine. Let's pause this. Down to 751, I think we're okay there. Yeah, now that wood is just so much easier. We are really, really going to see ourselves get into a good position here. So, tell you what. Since we have the ability to do this right now, why don't we go ahead and commit to putting all of this in at this height, just one up. Let's do that blockage removed. Now they are going to have to build through this. In fact, let's not demolish that yet. Let's go. Let's put this one in because you know how this always works. This is going to use a lot of water. No, it's going to give us a lot of water. It's going to use a lot of wood, and I hope you guys can trust the process on this one. We're going to see what happens. But I do believe this is going to be a good thing in the end. Yeah, let's just get this out here as fast as we can. Halfway there on the gears. I guess I could start putting in a platform right here. And then lay this out. I'm like 90% sure I'm not going to need to have a dam here. But knowing what tends to happen, if I have not tested this before, which I have not, I rarely ever do because it's not really authentic live gameplay if I figured this out beforehand. I'm going to put in... I'll put a floodgate in on this one right here with the idea that it can stay at maybe 0.85 and be an emergency thing. It still takes fewer logs than putting a dam in, and it's adjustable, so it doesn't seem like a bad idea. That is definitely a slow process when I did not think it was going to be. I don't have good log storage either, which is probably an issue that I should address right now. Yeah, they're coming up here. Let's, for the sake of what we're attempting to do, put in a industrial pile there. Obviously, I don't have a hauling post yet, so this isn't really going to matter. But if there's some storage near the construction site, obviously that's going to go faster. That should be fine. These are working out. We're up to 15 out of 20. Okay, can't really be too upset about that. Now, food is getting pretty low, so I do have to turn this back on, and that is going to be less than ideal. I probably should not have gotten rid of this, especially now that I have extra beavers I don't have anything to do with. Yep, so, you know, roast away, that's fine, it's always allowed. Let's just put these guys in the farmhouse and start harvesting and replanting. You know what we don't have? Is a medical bed, and we probably need to have one. So let's get that researched. Let's just put one right there. Let them do what they got to do. Because, you know, we only have 19 beavers. We can't afford to have them all injured all the time. That's just not going to work. I also need to have a platform here so that I can actually get across to this. It's probably okay. Prioritize this, although they're doing a decent job of it already. I need to be able to harvest these trees that are dead as much as I can. See, these are marked for cutting. I don't really want to be cutting the mature trees if I don't have to. So, that'll be something we'll have to take care of. Apologize for the quality of my voice here. I have been feeling a little under the weather this past week, but the beavers wait for no man. That's alright. Alright, so this is at 17. I've got 18. This is about to be 19. And then as soon as that's done, I really have to have all hands on deck for the fermenter, which is gonna need to run for a little bit of time before I have this wheel put back in place. So that's Just a tad bit unfortunate, but what I could do is, since all of it's going to come through here anyway, it's probably not a bad idea to put this wheel one more back. We'll compare the power output. But we will see. We will see what happens here. It's also probably worth putting in some more inventor stations. In fact, seeing how this is currently set up, I'm going to say that is probably one of the single best things we could do is build some more of these. Or at least one. So that is finished. That means this can be paused. Let these guys do a little bit more fermenting, and let's empty these. And, of course, they're just going to put it right... Stop that. Put it in this thing. There you go. Now, we don't have to get rid of these, and I won't. But eventually these are going to need to be replaced with another medium tank, and we will need to be able to make another one before that becomes a thing. Alright, looks like I've got some more space for oak trees. Get somebody in here. Plenty of extra beavers. Plenty of extra beavers. This seems to be doing pretty well. I need to get down in here. And we have 8 days. Depending on how we wanted to do the rest of this, I don't think I need to keep this down here. One, because I'm going to have to put a wall here. So if I remove this, then that's going to grant me access to a little bit more of this area. Probably going to need to come through here and just put in some stairs if I can manage it. Yeah, that's unfortunately going to have to be about all we can do. Get rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of this, and not get rid of this one yet. Then get rid of that so we have one more space. I just need to decide where I'm going to divide this. It probably is going to make the most sense to go right about here. And these are not marked for cutting. They should be. If that is going to be the case, then I can put a levee here. They're not going to have any problems building that. I don't need to have a levee there. I can just put in a platform. And then I need this to be at least one more level higher. It's going to make a lot more difference than you think with how all of this is set up. Alright, still got extra beavers. And I know we have to build housing. And honestly, I've got enough logs now. I probably can't justify not doing it anymore. So I've got this one over here. This area here is currently ungrowable, so we might as well just put that there. That should be, hopefully. Okay, we've got 76 fermented cassava. I don't have any more planks because I've been diverting them onto all of this other stuff. Well, I guess I shouldn't have doubted that was going to happen. Let's put a little bit more water in here to keep this full. Or full-ish. How many builders do I even have? Oh, I only have one. Alright, well that's a huge blunder. Let's not do that. Get this guy out of here. That would explain why this was going slow. I mean, it wasn't going, you know, horrifically slow, but it definitely was going slow. Okay. Industrial lumber mill, do your thing. Go ahead and make more planks for us so we can do everything else we're trying to do. I should have prioritized my my jobs differently. Well, is what it is. Let's go ahead and stick this guy here. It's never going to be able to reach this, so I might as well not even worry about it. We do have plenty of trees over here. We've got nobody in there. That's alright. We don't really need it right now. In terms of food, I don't need to have both of these operating, so let's pause that. Shift these guys into some other jobs that might make a little bit more sense for us to do here. Okay, so that's not a huge priority. Once this is, you know, dried up in here, I'm not going to need to have this dam back, and I'll get 15 logs. That's fine. I've got this here. And then this should not be a huge issue. You just have to be very careful about where I build what. So that is going to go here. Rotate for consistency, because that's how my brain likes to work. That can just go there, and then on the outflow, I'm probably going to need to put in a floodgate. If it never gets contaminated, we don't have to worry about, going out from the bottom. We just need to be able to pump from the lowest point, which is going to be right here. And that is going to mean... I probably should have done this before, but I need to check clearance. Oh, there's plenty. Okay, that's fine. So I will just end up putting in probably a pump on this tile. So with the straw going down there, and that will be okay if that can just run continuously. We're halfway through this drought, more or less, and we are a little more than half of the water left that we started with. Which, it's fine, it's alright. That's probably could have done substantially worse. Okay, nobody's in there, that's fine. I don't really need science right now. Okay, yeah, they're gonna build that. We do need them to build that. This is all fine. This is irrigating. But before this all goes away, and it isn't gonna matter if this is irrigated or not, I am going to turn these 2 pumps on and just do as much as I can to get even another 20-30 water out of this would be nice. And once we have this thing at the bottom taken care of, I don't think it's gonna be a problem. Okay, that needs to go away. It doesn't look like we have enough planks for that either. I'm glad we have this. This is good to keep beavers freed up for other jobs. I know I've not done a great job of managing those, but it's fine. We've got 4 here. I actually don't need them to finish this one first because I need more planks before I get over here. I need another 6 for this, and I need another 5, so I need at least another 11, regardless of what else is over here. And that is... yeah, okay, that might be just a little less than ideal, I guess we'll say. These trees probably don't need to be here, but I'm going to, I'm just going to keep cycling these guys in and out anyway. Do what we can. Okay, 5 out of 6. Let's just go back to triple speed. We do still have to divert this, and that is going to be a challenge because of the location of all of this. Note, I did not say impossible. It's just going to be, honestly, kind of annoying. But if this is going to be floodgated, then I am going to have to, because that is a source, I am going to have to get in here and actually make this a... I don't think I can do a double high floodgate. It's going to have to be a sluice, so we can't do anything about this yet. Okay, I've got that ready to go. How are we doing down here? Did we put the stairs in yet? No, we did not. Did we put this in? No, we did not. Okay, these are going to die not in 7 days, but 16. These are all ready to be harvested. They are dead. That's, well, it is what it is. I don't have extra beavers right now because I'm trying to speed up my, my building here. So let's put that in. And honestly, I don't think I need to worry about them getting stuck, but I am going to wait just in case. Oh, well, I've got the stairs. Doesn't matter. So that can go in there, and then they should, once I hook this up, be able to get all the way around to this side. Take all this out. At least fill this up as much as we can. I can kind of, yeah, I can get away with doing that, and then I can have this just be another other thing right there. That should be okay. Doing what we can. Nothing else that can really be justified is planted there. And I got 60 cassava. That's okay for right now. Anything else with planks that I'm going to really regret not having finished? Probably that. It's probably the only one that's really, really going to be a problem. Let's take this out. Now let's grab these logs. Just make that a priority. I think they've already gotten that taken care of. This platform, if this is going to be storage that needs to go away, water storage, this platform probably needs to stay there and then have more regular platforms go on top of it. That is what that's what I'm banking on. Okay, I should have turned this off. It is what it is, but we got 4 days. We have 360 water. I think we're going to be all right. I think a few more planks, and I'll be able to get rid of this and start working on all of that. I just need this to say at least 11. I can kind of delay everything else. If I'm really desperate, I could get rid of that. That's probably not the best solution. We got trees we can cut down. Those are all marked. That's fine. See, this is... Okay, yeah, it's working. Just got to give them the time. Got to be able to do all that. Now, it's, to get this completely sealed off, not going to be quite as much pain and suffering as you think. But one layer at a time. One layer at a time. That's really going to make a huge difference for us. I should have this gatherer flag in operation so we can get these berries because, well, we kind of need to have berries. Everybody's got a place to sleep, which is good. Okay, I did see 11 planks for a little bit. I know it's probably driving you guys crazy, me going back and forth, but... Okay, that's done. I can get by not having any other planks for a little bit. So I'm going to let them finish this, and then I think it's going to be time to remove this. We can get across. Oh, I don't need 11. I need 16. No, I need 17. Math is hard. Okay, well... It's, Alright, another dumb error, but that's the way she goes. Okay, these are dry. Completely dry, so hit pause. And that does give me one extra beaver. Not that I really need another job going over here, but at least we're making more science. We do need that. Let's see, what else am I going to want to do? I know I'm going to regret if I waste my science, but the double floodgate may actually be a legitimate requirement pretty soon. So I'm going to do that. And then, just because we do have an extra beaver, I do think it's good to start doing some scavenging. So, I'm going to, for right now, put the scavenger flag here. He'll grab his, 20 and keep working around all of this stuff, and then we'll be able to get into this area to do some diversion. It's just, if you have the labor and you have the science, you might as well do it. Alright. So now, that's paused. I've got 50 of that. That's probably fine. Let's take this out of... No, it's paused. That's not single speed. Let's bring this here. Actually, before I do this, let's hit pause. Let's take just a moment to analyze this. This is the location where it was. Right here. 61 HP. If I move it right here right now, it says 38. That's because this has not been built. When this is built, this is probably going to be somewhere between 150 and 200 if I had to guess. It may still be a much higher rate of production here, but for the sake of what we're trying to do, we probably do need to commit to putting this here. I'm not going to do it quite yet. No, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it because if I don't, I'm going to forget, and then we're really going to have a problem with the food situation. Alright, so now I've got all these extra beavers. I have everybody working as builders who I can have work as builders. Farm-wise, probably should just stick a couple more in here. Okay, this is dry. These aren't going to die in 7 days. 2 days, whatever number it is. These are okay. I did get down here. So that's good. This is 51% done. I need to get up here to remove these oak trees. That is unfortunately not going to be a super convenient task, but I will put this here. This guy won't reach, even if I activated him, this has no way to get down here. So probably what's going to have to happen, I'm just going to get rid of that. I will put this guy, say, I do need it to be in here. I'm going to put this guy here. I'm going to have it cut down this one tree is the only thing it's going to do after the stairs are put in. And then at that point I can put stairs here and have this guy take care of it and have these three marked for cutting first. Because they're already dead. It doesn't matter if they get drowned. It's not going to be an issue whatsoever. We're about to be out of our bad tide here. We have plenty of water. Not a lot of food, but we did, believe it or not, manage to get this done. So let's check and see our suboptimal placement. Okay, yeah, 137. I'm not mad about this. This is enough for us to run any of these buildings at 100%. Gear workshop, etc. So I think, honestly, we did good enough. And this is eventually going to become less and less polluted. And when we can get this coming out further, we're going to be in good shape, folks. That is pretty firmly in worry about this later territory, because now I've really got to focus on getting this taken care of. It's probably not going to happen in enough time for this to make a huge difference. But let's help ourselves out as much as we can. I don't have a ton of logs right now. Not the end of the world. Because most of the hardest part, or the most expensive construction, is currently done. We're just going to need to be careful about how we utilize our time here. So this has to be... No, they haven't gotten the rest of the stuff out of there. I need to have more planks, so let's turn this back on. And I'm also going to have these guys pumping... Oh, I never turned that one off. That's a huge waste. That is a disappointment. Oh well, life goes on. No sense worrying about it. Got rid of that one. That's fine. This should be plenty, and this is also technically closer to our larger storage. Yeah, so I believe, yeah, we're already replanting. I did not plant these oak trees. That is my fault. I completely forgot. They'll get to it, and it'll be fine. It's just, yeah, it's disappointing not to be able to do everything. But if you watch my videos enough, you know that I never get to do everything. It's sometimes good, sometimes not. This is still waiting on 2 logs. All right. Well, I feel pretty happy with what we're able to get accomplished, and I know it's going to end up being a bunch of trade-offs for everything else. So we just have to keep our eye on things. I absolutely have to pump as much as possible. And I know we have this going. That is going to be fine. 136 HP is 50 here and 75 here. That gives us to 125, so we're totally okay with that. I don't need this guy. I do need this guy. This is fully clean, is it? Yes, it is. So away we go, down to 0.50. Take this down 0.50 as well. See if we can get this down to really 0.75 in case I forget. That should be something. Get these guys wetted. All right, there's still leftover oak here. That's unfortunate. But at least, you know, we're excuse me, folks. We're doing okay. We're doing all right. I've got my full scrap metal. I'm gonna hit pause just so we have somebody else to go in and take care of pumping. For at least right now, I think I can only justify having a couple of builders while we are attempting to fill up all of our storage. It's up to 1170. If I mark all of these as just normal, then we are not going to have as many problems trying to get stuff out of here. So now it's, yep, still the same. That's alright. This is fine. What is flooded? Okay, this... I should have known. I should have known. That is a frustrating problem. Well... okay. I'll tell you what it's not worth is... it's not worth delaying all of this for just 2 logs. I know we only have 28, but it's just going to be so much easier for us to get rid of this right now. And then they can, of course, get rid of all of these. Let's just mark those. Food's not looking great, but it could definitely be a whole lot worse, let me tell you. I probably don't have to tell you. You already know. Okay, so there's no water in here because I may have made a tiny little mistake. Now, because this is not going to spill over here. I do have time to fix that. I just have to be able to, you know, get access to this space. Come on. There we go. Now this gets to be stairs. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and... No, I can't get rid of these yet, because I can't guarantee that I'll have access to this square easily from here without taking plants out. Okay, what else? What else can I get myself into up here? Planting's going extremely slowly. We honestly shouldn't be surprised about that. Food is... Well, it's food. Might need another one of these at some point, but we are getting there. Do I want to replant? No, I really should focus on filling up our water storage more than anything else. I really want to put another medium tank in, but that's 50 logs that have to be processed, and 20 of those logs have to be processed twice. I don't think that's happening in the next 5 days with access that we have over here. So, see, that's doing okay. I mean, crops-wise, we're doing all right. We're doing okay. Let's get this. Let's get that prioritized. That should be absolutely priority number 1. I can't really do anything else until I have access to all of this space, because this is how they have to walk through here. Alright, I've got my logs there. I guess all I have to do now is just wait. And it's really aggravating, isn't it? Because you know there's tons and tons and tons of stuff we could be doing. It's just not always an easy or simple process to get us there. As long as we can take care of everything we gotta take care of. I need to immediately, as soon as these 2 logs are gone, put a levee in here. There we go. Alright, so let's do that. Remember, this is going to be the top of what we're working on right now. They can work on building all of those at the same time. And once they get these 3 built, then I don't need these stairs anymore, and I can just continue working on this. I do have to get rid of this blockage, but I'm not going to quite yet. Can't build anything on top of this, so this is going to have to be a levee, and then I'll probably put... I might actually put the floodgate right here. And just 1 double floodgate is going to be enough, I believe. So, let's do that. I'm going to need 10... I need 10 blanks for that. I probably don't need to have this going quite so much. I've already got 19. Yeah, let's pause this. Let's get these guys in here on building. And just put the pedal to the metal, do what we can with what we got, because that's how this works. And since those are already ready to go, I suppose this one is going to have to be next. I do still have to put in these here. That is fine. I'm going to leave this pile here until the last possible moment. I just need 1 thing done there. That's 36 logs. This is another 20. And then I've got a little bit here as well. I think we're going to be all right. Let's take this blockage out, because that needs to be probably a bigger priority than I think it does. Oh, you know what? I was going to put an emergency floodgate here so I can keep this full up. Yeah, because this, when I get to a certain point, I can't automate it, obviously, unless it was a sluice, which I don't have the materials for yet. But this will get us there. I've got 9 planks. I only need 5 for this. The rest of this should be okay. And it's day 4 and we don't have a warning yet. Good. It's nice when the game allows you to do fun things without it just being, haha, it's really hard now. But, I don't know. It is, it's genuinely entertaining when that happens, though. At least I think it is. So, let's take this out here, and I should be able to build all of this at once. So they can stand here and build this, this, and this. So let's get these guys in here. I know I don't have any logs, but I've got some trees available right here, and I've got 2 more dead trees available right here. I've got some more dead trees available right here that I can get somebody in. And water is still a pretty slow process, but not having to have somebody just, you know, go around the wheel the entire time is definitely a big help. So we're actually only down 1 worker, and I don't know... Okay, it's the fermenter, but that's not a huge issue right now. I just want to make sure that the berry situation doesn't get out of hand. I do need to get somebody in here. Okay, day 5, no warning. Good. So, it looks like we're going to have a maximum length temperate cycle again. The game has been kind to me. Now I'm worried. Because you know what that means. It means we're going to get absolutely, fill in your favorite word here. And, you know, I don't want that. Water is good. Genuinely. Drink more water. It'll help solve a lot of your problems. And if it doesn't, then, well, at least you have some delicious, clean, fresh water. And that, in and of itself, is something worth celebrating. So, Let's get these last things taken care of there. These are at 33%. These are probably nowhere close. Well, they're close to that, but that's fine. These are going to die before this is ready to do its thing. We're getting close. We're getting close there. So that's fine. We're about to find out our fate for the next cycle here. And now I am worried. Oh, alright. So it's another drought. That is, well, it's good news for us not poisoning everything. But it's definitely bad news for power generation. We're going to be in a bad spot, folks. So, let's actually pause. I've got to pull these guys out here. We're out of berries, really? Oh, I gotta pump as much as possible, because we know now this is going to be okay. We can always plant later. I can pause the farmhouse. That should get me to... Yep, that's that -1. That's what I want, more or less. Why is this... Ah. Okay, this could be why this has gone so slowly. I actually didn't have anything coming through here. So, I really need this finished. So that's already all in there. That's 3 there, and I've got 0 there, and I have 12 logs. Am I still making planks? I better not be. Okay, good. Okay, that's doable. Let's get a lumberjack in here, cut these pines down. That's going to give us the rest of the wood that we need. Yeah, I need this to have a bunch of water in it. And I can't put this in until the rest is done. I mean, I got like 2.5 days. Okay, now that's getting in there. See, I didn't even need this. What a waste of resources that was. Well, it is what it is. This is I'm gonna have to put this at 1.75. This is flooded because somebody made a really dumb mistake. This should not have been set up this way. This should not have been set up this way. I messed up. I messed up bad. Oh, I'm gonna have to get rid of this. And okay, well, is there any way I can get over here to build? I'd have to come in from this side, which might be in range. Let's give this a shot. Okay, that says it's in range. I almost have enough planks. This right here, if I did that and then got rid of this blockage, I can probably save it. Well, okay, let's keep looking at this. If this is flooded right now, it's not the end of the world. The trees are going to take 2 full weeks to die. The bushes will take almost a full week. The beavers even use weeks, and we only have another 2.5 days. Okay, I really should not be this worried about this. For now, though, this can definitely go all the way up. I probably didn't need to put that there. I maybe should have put a sluice instead. But I don't have those, so let's get this. Let's just get this taken care of. Just do as much as we can. You know how this goes. You absolutely know how this goes. Alright, 2 more logs, and then I do have to put in that there. Let's grab these. Grab those logs there. That shouldn't be that big of a deal. We're alright. We're alright. We're not perfect, but we're not terrible. As long as I can have like a day or so to keep this as filled up as possible, this is going to be really nice for us to pump from once we can build the apparatus to do that. Okay. Now the fun part. Once again, please excuse my voice here. But fun part's going to be getting this in place. Looks like we've used all of our planks. Did they put this in here? They did. Alright, I'm going to, just for a brief period of time, make this 1 plank, because I would like to be able to have this properly set up. That needs to be paused now. Bring this down here. Please and thank you. This is also not going to stop getting filled up until the drought starts. But if I can get somebody... Okay, so this is done. They should still be able to reach this. Yeah, by standing there. And Okay, it's only 11%. Well, could have been worse. This is going to... See, I once again have played myself. I could have just directed all of this through here. Could have just directed it all through there. There we go. There we go. Okay. Somebody come and get this out of here. Oh, they're coming in from the bottom. Okay, that's fine. So now this is at 0.9. There we go. All right, let's take this out of turbo speed. All right, look at all this water. And this is set to 0.75. Let's go to 0.9. Oh, this is so exciting. That's huge. Absolutely huge for us to still have access to that. Let's go 0.9. Let's take this up to 0.9. We only have 0.7 of a day. This is about to be completely gone in terms of power. And we are not going to have a bad water discharge for a very long time. So we're going to lose access to this. That unfortunately means I'm going to have to put another wheel up here. No, but I've got the materials to do it. I just have to put in something to connect this, or I put this in... No, it's not going to fit in the back. Okay. Well. That might be a problem for the next episode. We're going to see what happens. I'm only up to 901. But I suppose this is okay. So I don't get accused of ignoring comments again. Let's just talk about this for a minute. We have stopped everything from coming over here. This is doable if we were able to get over there. It's going to be a drought, so we're going to have plenty of time and ability to go over here without getting anybody infected. Oh, I stopped harvesting the berries. That was a mistake. Let's fix that. Nobody's available in the district. Well, sometimes that's just the way it goes. You got to figure it out. Let's take these builders. Let's go down to 1 because I don't have any active construction projects. That should effectively fix all of that. So, obviously not going to do it right now. Not going to do it this episode. But I do think next time around it's going to be worth putting a dump here because that's going to help irrigate a bunch of this, especially during a drought. And keep this irrigated, especially during a drought. You know what? I'm going to have them build this dam here. I know it's a little too late. But if I have them put in these 20 logs, I don't have any planks or else I would have done that. But that's going to keep a little bit of water here, keep this irrigated. We might actually be able to do some good stuff next episode with that. I just want to make sure this is doing everything I want it to do. This needs to have more water coming out. I guess I just have to have both of these at 0 if I want to have any chance at getting absolutely anything done here. That's at 0.9. We're only up to 930 something, but this is completely full. That's good. That is definitely good. I'm going to pause this. It does have a full storage internally. Yeah, I really needed to make sure I had plenty of cassava. Yeah, there we go. The kohlrabi came in and kind of stole my thunder here. I guess I have nothing left to really accomplish that I could reasonably do. We did replant all of these with oaks, so let's get that paused. Now that this is basically done, I'm going to go to 0.95. I'm going to take this to 0.95. And honestly, the flooding, it might be worth going up to 1.0 just so I know I can have absolutely everything. I probably don't need to babysit this quite so much, but after all the stuff that we've been through, I think it's probably not that bad of an idea. Let's just take this up to... Oh, that's going to drain out the back anyway. We don't care about that. We don't care about that. All the way down. All the way down. No more mistakes. At least not this episode. Okay. Well, like I said, that's going to be a problem I solve in the next one. This is... I mean, this is good. It's not great. It's not perfect, but it's good. And I just have to put in a pump here. There's plenty of water to come out, so I don't think we really need to be that worried about it. No, the hardest part of this playthrough, I think, is behind us. I think I've said that a couple times now. The biggest challenge early on with one of these is always, what are you going to do to keep water? And this is about the best I could do for the early game. It's probably not a great long-term solution. The geography of this area over here in terms of volume, especially once we can divert this, is probably much better if I can have more or less unlimited wood just go all the way up here. I'm going to say that's good enough. So, I always appreciate you guys watching these videos. And I always appreciate the Beard Boosters subsidizing the channel so I don't have to do sponsors and I don't have to, try to play to the algorithm or chop my videos down into 20, 30 minutes. I just want to have fun playing with a beaver game on the internet and enjoy it with the people who like watching the videos that I like to make. So, very grateful for you being here. And we're about to find out just how screwed these beavers are, or not. Okay, 13 days. 13 days is fine. We're going to be okay. So whatever it is you're doing with the rest of your day, friends, stay safe, have fun, and we'll see you back again soon for more beavers. And other series as well. I'm still working on them. But I'll see you later. Take care. Bye-bye.